Are you gonna welcome him? Say, say hi. Welcome to today's Breaking Relics. Yeah, you tell him. Yeah. Oh, so today we're just gonna have a really quick story time, which I think sometimes it's just telling stories for why you have perspective on things and how your perspective on stuff has shifted over the years. So, the other day I was hanging out, having dinner with my mom's, and we were finishing catching up with Only Murders in the Buildings, which we're caught up with now. And then I had a phone call from local number, but it wasn't in my phone. And when I looked at the number, I recognized it, but I didn't know why. And I was a little, because the first three digits, I'm pretty sure were my old boss's number, which is funny because I did know the number through it. It was a photographer that I used to know through that old job who was calling me, trying to run down some information on mother of a friend who we used to work with there who had passed away. But the story is more on not wanting to deal with the old boss. You know, after I left that job, which was a little over 7 years ago now, I'd go in occasionally and help out. He'd pay me some cash to work on some wraps and just do little things here or there like I used to do every once in a while. But then I don't remember how, 4 years ago now, 5? He shared me a video, unironically, of Alex Jones. And I basically ripped into him, and I haven't talked to him since then, because, yeah. And yes, my old boss was very conservative. So was one of my old coworkers, which, her being more conservative is kind of hilarious when you think about how much she was getting screwed over by my old boss. And so let's talk things about screwing over people. My old boss had the woman who I used to work with retired a few months after I stopped working there. So a little over December 7 years ago was when she retired. And she had been running his lab for 20 years. She she did all the, all the printing, all the correcting, the biggest accounts, all the customers, the big ones always asked for her, that kind of thing. 20 years. When she left that job, retired, she was making $12 an hour. I was making slightly more than that before I left, and that's because I was doing a whole bunch of stuff around the lab at that point, and my boss, I had already threatened to leave at one point, and my boss paid me more so I wouldn't leave, and he actually broke down crying when I left. It's because he couldn't get anybody else hired, and so now he was having to do all that work. I could tell because the times when I went in to help him, all the stress that used to be on me, I could see on his shoulders. It's because you don't pay people enough, and people don't like you because you're a prick. But yeah, and just another quick little aside for that is, a couple years into working there, probably 2011, 2012, probably somewhere in that range. He used to have a Ford Escalade, and then he got a Land Rover. And he made up this BS story that his brother needed the Escalade because he was having a family and needed more space in it, so they swapped cars. None of us believed it, and then I'm friends with enough of the people who he knows outside of work that they told, yeah, he was lying about that. And of course he was. That was an easy lie. You want to know why it was a lie? Because he didn't want to actually give raises. And, you know, some of the people in the back, we get to, you know, January and February, the slower seasons, he lays them off or only tells them to come in. You can only get them in a couple days a week. So they have to go on unemployment for a few days a week throughout that season. Because this guy runs a business but doesn't want to pay his people. And the problem is, that's the issue with a lot of small businesses. I worked at multiple ones over the years, and only one of them felt like they cared to a point, but they also didn't pay you much. But then, yeah, the other ones, yeah, we need to fix how things are done in this country, and, you know, having it to where people can pay somebody hardly anything to run their business for years and years while they're getting all the profit off of it because they had enough money to put up front. It's dumb.